the most famous face in British politics. Boris Johnson defied political gravity, then came crashing back to earth. This week is 6 months since he was forced to leave Number 10.
I want you to know how sad I am to be giving up the best job in the world. But them's the breaks.
In resignation, he promised the nation there were good times ahead.
Even if things can sometimes seem dark now, our future together is golden.
For him, it certainly has been. At the start of this year, Sky News launched the Westminster Accounts. Together with partners Tortoise Media, we've built a database to give you at home unparalleled access to who gives and who gets the money flowing through our political system.
This list here is the leaderboard of which MPs have declared the highest earnings in this Parliament up to the end of last year. Now, you'll recognise that from January when we launched the Westminster Accounts. These were the numbers that you could see back then for the first time. Then Theresa May was comfortably top of the leaderboard, earning £2.5 million. But no more. Now, we can show you when that leaderboard is brought up to date. A new name at the top, and frankly, it's not even close. Nearly £5 million in earnings for Boris Johnson. Almost all of that earned in the 6 short months since he departed Downing Street. We can see the near total dominance in this leaderboard by Conservatives. 17 of the top 20 here are Tory blue. And £22 million is the total amount of money all 650 MPs have declared on top of their £84,000 a year salary since the last election in December 2019. So what's changed since we launched our Westminster Accounts project? Here are the MPs who registered the most in outside income so far in 2023. We've got the data for just under 2 months of earnings to date. So understandably, many of these numbers are relatively small. But the 2 men at the top are having an excellent 2023, financially at least. The second highest earner, the former Health Secretary Matt Hancock. He's registered nearly £380,000 so far this year. Now, most of that cash has come from ITV, from his appearance on I'm a Celebrity, which saw him get the nation talking, lose the Conservative Party whip, eat a camel's private part and earn £320,000. His spokesman told Sky News that he's donated £10,000 of that to charities. That's 3% of the total. And on top, he's added £48,000 for the serialisation of his book. It's reportedly sold just 3,000 copies in the first week, and his ghostwriter, Isabel Oakeshott, has handed 100,000 of his WhatsApp messages to a national newspaper. All of that relatively small change compared to the man who's earned far more than anyone else in this Parliament this year, over £3.7 million. He's been paid over £500,000 by publisher HarperCollins for a book yet to be published, and nearly £2.5 million from an agency, which the former Prime Minister describes as an advance for speaking engagements. The sheer scale of Boris Johnson's earnings really are rather extraordinary. Look at this. £4.4 million is the total sum of outside earnings made by all 650 MPs so far in 2023. And of that figure, Boris Johnson alone has earned almost 85% of the cash.
Huge earnings from diverse sources. A speech at the International Symposium on Blockchain in Singapore earned Mr Johnson over £250,000. Cutting-edge tech, familiar Johnson material.
Remember, humanity has been paranoid about this ever since the Titan Prometheus gave us the first living flame, which you remember he concealed for some reason in a tube of a fennel flower.
The highly paid speaking gigs have spanned Singapore, New York and Mumbai, and now Westminster.
Last week, Boris Johnson hosted his first wide-ranging keynote speech in the UK since stepping down as Prime Minister. He didn't do so there in the Houses of Parliament, even though they were debating his 2019 Brexit deal. They did so here at a conference on global soft power hosted by the firm Brand Finance.
his closest allies making the short trip from Parliament to hear what he says.
Why on earth are we having to come to this event to hear what Boris Johnson thinks?
Well, you're here, aren't you, son?
I know. Maybe, but why here? Why is he not doing it in Parliament?
He's got to say if you're here.
Yeah. Why is he doing it here and not in Parliament? The money?
No one is going to stop me reciting the song of the Oompa Loompas about Augustus Gloop.
Boris Johnson missed the parliamentary debate on Rishi Sunak's Brexit deal. His first public reaction just happened to be on a very lucrative platform.
Boris Johnson, how much are they paying you to pronounce at the Brand Finance Conference? Why aren't you doing this in Parliament?
The man who brought Mr Johnson here knows what he's paying for.
Clearly, he's a Marmite guy. A lot of people hate him. I told lots of my friends we had Boris speaking, and they all groaned and said, oh, well, I'm not coming then. But then you talk to other people, and they said, oh, that's fantastic, I'm definitely coming. You know, he really divides opinion. And that's the good thing. If you have someone who's bland, it's boring.
And I think it was you making a joke on stage about him needing to make some money as well. Presumably you had to write quite a big cheque to get him here today.
I couldn't possibly comment on that one, but one has to pay him something for his appearances, yes.
I mean, he commands hundreds of thousands of pounds for organisations. That's a lot to say,
yes.
And you think the benefit is worth it for having him here?
Well, he's certainly worth... it's like a rock star. I mean, you pay them to appear at a concert because everybody's going to live stream it and everyone's going to listen to it. He's like a rock star in political terms. There's no doubt about it.
In Uxbridge, rock stars look a little different. Here in the suburbs of West London is where Boris Johnson has made his political home. This is not a safe seat. Some constituents far from happy.
Do you think he should stand again? And if he did, would you vote for him?
No, I don't think I'd vote for him again. He's making a lot of money, like you say, doing other things. So, yes, step down. Because you can't do two jobs like that. You know, you can't be expected to earn all that money and then come and help your constituents. No, step down.
I'm okay with that, but I wanted him to focus more on his constituency. I'm here working 6 days a week, but I never see him.
He shouldn't have that money. I mean, like I said, fair enough when he leaves office, he can do what he likes, you know, but he's supposed to be the MP for Uxbridge and South Islip, but he's never here, is he?
Slung out of office by his own party, who'd lost faith in his ability to uphold standards. None of that appears to have dented Boris Johnson's earning power. But is this the golden future he dreamed of?